Hello and welcome to Perfectly Perkins, all the things you've been dying to know about the Perkins program. This is your host, Jamie Corda, the Perkins Specialist. With me today is the lovely Emily Ramage, Director of Grants and Academic Operations.
Hi.
Together we make up the Perkins team. I handle the day-to-day operations of Perkins program, and Emily is gracious enough to provide me with the guidance and the motivation to run the program smoothly.
Obviously, I did not read the script very closely before we got to this point, but hi! Jamie and I are so happy that you joined us today to learn a bit more about the Perkins program. Perkins is a big idea, and as an academic service, it really has many moving parts that affect many areas of the college. We've noticed some surprise when it comes to what all is included in the Perkins mission, and today we would love to blow your mind with a brief overview of Perkins. Let's get started. So, what do you know about Perkins?
Perkins is A, federal legislation, B, a federal grant, C, a national initiative, or D, all the above.
The answer is all the above, D. So we know it's not just one grant. It's also an initiative and it's legislation. What is the Perkins legislation, you may ask?
Well, simply, it's a law. The Strengthening Career and Technical Education for the 21st Century Act, which is a ridiculously long name, so let's just call it Perkins 5, is the most recent version of the Carl D. Perkins Act. This act ensures that our government is committed to and invested in secondary and post-secondary career and technical education across the nation. Perkins is dedicated to increasing learner access to high-quality career and technical education, which you will hear me refer to as CTE a lot, with a focus on system alignment and program improvement. Perkins is critical to ensuring that CTE programs are prepared to meet the ever-changing needs of learners and employers. Perkins reflects the 100-year federal commitment to CTE by providing federal support to the programs and focusing on improving the academic and technical achievement of CTE students, strengthening the connections between secondary and post-secondary education, and improving accountability. Perkins affords states and local communities the opportunity to implement a vision for CTE that uniquely supports the range of educational needs of students, exploration through career preparation, and balances those student needs with the current emerging needs of the economy. That's a lot of stuff. So why is there a law about improving CTE, and how do we improve it? Career and technical education is a proven strategy to strengthen the U.S. economy. To ensure that CTE programs of study are meeting the needs of learners and employers, 6 core principles of guidance have been identified. So, Principle 1 focuses on engaging partners in the development, implementation, and evaluation of CTE programs at the college. Partnerships with businesses and industry leaders, secondary institutions, parents, and community organizations are encouraged.
Principle 2 emphasizes educational opportunities, such as providing students with strong experience in and understanding of all aspects of industry, exploring work-based learning opportunities and career guidance, and academic counseling.
Principle 3 focuses on offering CTE programs of study that contain fully articulated curricula from secondary to post-secondary education, leads to certificate, credential, or degree, and provides opportunities for students to participate in dual credit courses and are aligned with their local labor market.
Principle 4 focuses on strengthening the academic and career and technical skills of students in CTE programs through integrating academics with CTE programs, including the same coherent and rigorous content standards in CTE programs as other college programs, and developing, improving, or expanding the use of technology in CTE programs.
Principle 5 focuses on providing professional development opportunities to faculty, guidance counselors, and administrators to ensure they stay current with all aspects of the industry, to provide internship programs that offer relevant business experience, and to provide trainings on the effective use and application of technology to improve instruction.
Principle 6 puts emphasis on data and accountability to ensure colleges are using data to improve programs to increase student success measures. To fulfill Principle 6, colleges must focus on the following activities: continuously evaluating and improving CTE programs, assessing how the needs of special populations are met, assisting and enabling special populations to meet state-adjusted levels of performance, ensuring program quality is improved, expanded, modernized, and includes relevant technology, and ensuring services and activities are of sufficient size, scope, and quality.
Quiz time. What initiative is Perkins related? A, programs of study, B, career pathways, C, work-based learning, or D, all of the above?
Answer is D, all of the above. So how does Perkins help Lakeland College? Like Jamie said before, CTE is proven to strengthen the nation's economy. It's safe to say everyone benefits from a law that supports the advancement of career and technical education. Here at Lakeland College, our students definitely benefit by gaining the best hands-on experience and training. Workforce-ready majors, as we call them, prepare students to leave Lakeland College and go directly into the workforce with the skills they need to be successful. Believe it or not, dual credit, a type of articulation agreement, is even part of the Perkins 5 legislation. Combined with programs of study, PCCS, and guided pathways to student success, Perkins is setting students up to complete a degree or certificate program. Perkins also helps students by providing one-on-one tutoring opportunities.
So how is the amount of the Perkins grant that Lakeland College receives determined? Is it A, Pell Count, B, CTE Pell Count, C, completion rates, or D, a kick grant proposal?
Answer is D. Oh no, sorry. It's technically B, CTE Pell Count. So now, how does Perkins work at Lakeland College?
I'm so glad you asked that question, Emily.
Sure you are.
ICCB is our grantor. Yes, these are federal funds, but the funds are distributed to selected representative organizations who then disseminate funds to the state colleges. Ours happens to be ICCB. ICCB requires each college to create a fiscal plan based on the 6 guiding principles we talked about earlier. This plan is created by Emily and myself with input from all of you. This is why we ask faculty and departments for requests directly from those of you on the front lines. I don't have the expertise to know exactly what each program needs to be successful or what needs to be improved upon. I rely upon your knowledge of your own program or department. After you and your colleagues send those wonderful forms back to me, Emily and I sit down and review every single one. We are looking for projects, activities, and equipment that will give our students the best experience possible. Our decisions are solely determined by how well the request demonstrates that it aligns with one or more of the 6 core principles. That's a major hint there. Write your requests to the 6 guiding principles. The amount of money we are granted is finite. We cannot honor all requests. We have to select those that appear to make the biggest impact. So again, write your requests for the 6 guiding principles. Once we've selected the requests, we can include in our plan and fit into the budget. We write up a beautiful proposal, pour all of our energy into it, along with some blood and tears, and then submit it to ICCB for approval. Then we wait, and wait, and wait. Maybe we don't wait that long, but it really does feel like it. Eventually, ICCB approves our proposal and we get to share the good news. That's when the fun begins. CTE programs get what they need to continue to offer students exemplary instruction and training. Along the way, needs are identified and we start all over again.
To break it down a little bit more, let's zoom in and look at the process of an individual Perkins request. You've identified a need in your program or department that seems to align with one or more, hopefully more, of the Perkins core principles. Review the allowable or unallowable cheat sheet to be sure it's something Perkins funds can cover. Estimate the cost based on real-world figures. Do your research and shop around a bit. Consider all costs, such as shipping, required accessories that might be sold separately, cost of maintenance, etc. Complete a Perkins request form and submit to the Perkins team. We will review and discuss the request, then we will let you know if it is a request we can honor or if we cannot. If we cannot support the request, we will let you know why. With so many excellent ideas, the most common reason for denial is just that there's not enough money. As soon as you have received your notification of approval, you will also be issued a Perkins Request Identification Number. That sounds very official. Think of it as a confirmation number. Use it on all communication regarding that particular request, because it's extremely helpful to those of us trying to keep track of everything. Now it's time for you to make your purchase. Whenever possible, we prefer a purchase order is created, whenever possible. Create the requisition, forward the requisition number to Jamie, who will then enter the account number into UI Client and complete the requisition. When items have been received or services rendered, forward those receipts to Jamie and to accounts payable. However, with some things like travel, that's just not feasible. In those cases, a college credit card or reimbursement of personal funds is acceptable. Keep itemized receipts and reconcile the college credit card. Be sure to send the reconciliation form and copies of the receipts to Jamie before sending them to the Vice President. Reimbursement forms and itemized receipts need to be submitted to Jamie to be signed and requisitioned. She will then make sure that they get everything to accounts payable. Travel reimbursement cannot be completed until after a trip has occurred and a check will be mailed to you. For professional development events, Jamie will remind you to complete and submit a professional development evaluation form. This is so helpful to us in the reporting process back to ICCB. But it's also wonderful to know what's going on in our CTE programs, and it's exciting for us to hear of the new ideas and methodologies learned. Our goal is to be able to share all of the great nuggets of information each one of you possess. For supplies and equipment, please send us a picture and a location for tagging purposes. And it's just really cool to see some of the stuff you all get. Bonus points if the picture includes students learning to use equipment. Bonus points for pictures of students of a non-traditional gender for that program using the equipment. Okay, so bonus points aren't really a thing, but you will definitely go up a few rungs on our ladders.
Yes.
Of awesomeness.
That's important.
That's extremely important.
Quiz time again. How does Perkins impact the widening skills gap? A, supports apprenticeship programs. B, by supporting work-based learning. C, partnerships with local stakeholders. Or D, all of the above.
And the answer is D, all of the above. And more. More, you say? Wait, doesn't Perkins help students get supplies?
Well, for the most part, Perkins actually cannot help with individual student needs. But exceptions are made in the cases of students who can identify as a member of a special population. Perkins' special populations are single parents and displaced homemakers, economically disadvantaged students, students with disabilities, students with limited English proficiency, and students preparing for a non-traditional field for their gender. This last one is very, very important. It's a focused special population. A lot of the activities in our plan are to be geared towards non-traditional gender success and completion. As a nation, we're making conscious efforts to shift our culture of gender-defined roles, especially in the workforce. So take a look at the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics chart. Males dominate many high-paying occupations, and a strong workforce is a diverse workforce. Perkins can't help with tuition, but we can help provide assistance with the costs after tuition. Perkins can offer support with uniforms, textbooks, tool loans, and other learning supplies. Perkins also contributes significantly to the tutoring center to provide focused tutoring in CTE courses. At this time, Perkins is evolving or returning to a case management program. So students are not only provided financial assistance to overcome obstacles, but also receive follow-up communications, monitoring of academic performance, and access to wraparound services. Keep an eye out for some updates. In the new Perkins 5 reauthorization, special populations have been redefined. More categories are included, and some existing categories have grown to include more students. So this is a great change, and we will know a bit more that we will share with you in May. Another quiz. What is not an allowable expense? A, substitute teachers. B, audit costs. C, food and drink, burden of proof. Or D, all of the above.
And the answer is C, food and drink does not meet the high burden of proof of basic cost principles. Yes, that is unfortunately the case with Perkins funding. And things used to be different, but uniform guidance at the federal level, it's very explicit in the Perkins legislation that that is not an allowable cost with Perkins funding. What has Perkins done this year? Ooh, check it out. Perkins was happy to provide adult education with a new Invertech Pro welder. This welder is portable, so it can be used at various extension centers, reaching more students. It is also unique in that it is helping students learn a particular gouging technique that makes our adult ed welding completers more competitive when looking for employment, and overall a better asset to their industry.
Fancy. A new demo dose medication dispenser with cabinet now calls the Cluthy Center home. This unit is almost identical to the Pyxis med dispensers used at both St. Anthony's and Sarah Bush Lincoln, so training students on the use of the machine better prepares them for clinical and actual nursing practice. Hands-on training with equipment identical to what they will be using on the job is imperative to producing high-skilled talent. Here are some of the thrilling and informative professional development events that LLC faculty has been able to attend through Perkins.
And here are a few that are coming up soon.
Quiz time! How does Perkins keep Lakeland College accountable? A, technical skill attainment. B, completion, retention, transfer rates. C, placement rates. Or D, all of the above.
And the answer is D, all of the above. And more.
What is in the works for Perkins? Work continues on 2 projects this year, Men of Color Success Support Group and the Programs of Study. The Men of Color Success Group idea grew from the review of PODS data. PODS is the Perkins data from our A1 reports that ICCB has disaggregated to identify areas in need of improvement. Looking at this graph of student placement in the workforce by race and by gender, specifically male minorities, LLC performance does not meet the state goals. I have collected additional data and am currently in the process of consulting with external organizations to generate more ideas of how we can help underrepresented students. Currently, I'm working with numerous individuals, both internally and externally, to map out a pathway for the welding program. I'm sure you're familiar with the work Darcy and the Guided Pathways for Student Success team are doing in mapping the Ag Division. Well, programs of study through Perkins mapping expands on the type of mapping that GPSS does. Programs of study incorporates a pathway beginning as early as the 9th grade and going through high school, 2 years at Lakeland, and after attainment of an AAS degree. See, Perkins really does bridge gaps from secondary to post-secondary and from post-secondary to career.
Well, this is going to be in the Professional Development Colloquium, so yay for exchanging information!
Woohoo. Another quiz. How amazing was this? Was it A, flame-throwing drones cleaning power lines awesome? Was it B, the fact that a tree is opposite your lungs, physically and functionally? C, 20% of office coffee mugs contain fecal matter? Or D, A and B, amazing?
And the answer is D, both A and B. C is amazingly gross, and who comes up with this stuff?
I just make it up. So, this was a lot. Like a lot. If there was anything else you were burning to know and we didn't address it, please ask now or forever hold your peace. No, you don't really have to hold your peace. Just ask later if you want to. I'm always happy to explain or discuss what Perkins is about and what it does. I love to hear ideas and thoughts about how Perkins can be better. Feel free to call, email, or pop by my office anytime.
Where is your office, Jamie? I don't remember.
Yeah, you haven't been there in a while, have you? Thanks for asking. I'm still chilling in the Student Services Wing of the Luther Student Center. You can find me in the quad 092 by the coffee.
Nice.
Thank you all. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you around.
Hey, look, I have a different hair color.
And it's not fall anymore. We're a little late.
We need to update that one. Thank you.